welcome to our family section. We hope you've had a great week and that you are ready for some more fun today.
Today we're going to be kicking off our time together with a game of countdown. So letters will appear on the screen for you guys at home and we'll have a minute to guess as many words as you can from the letters. So we're both going to be having a go too, and we'll see who can get the most words and the longest word.
Ready?
What's your longest?
4.
Risky 6.
What is it?
Moaned?
Moaned. Yeah, I think so.
Like,
Yeah.
that moan.
Yeah,
Is that a word?
I think so. How many words
Is that
did
when
you
you
get?
whinge? 14.
What? 9.
So how did you guys get on at home? Write in the comment box below how many words you managed and what your longest word was.
This week is our final week in our current series looking at some of the life of Nehemiah. We've explored so much over the last few weeks and we hope that you have enjoyed this series and found it helpful. So let's take a look today at how Nehemiah's story ends.
After a long and challenging process, the walls of the city had been built. Hurrah!
Hooray!
There was not one gap anywhere in the wall. There was only one job left to do, to set the doors in the gate.
Some enemies of Nehemiah had sent a message to him asking him to meet with them. But Nehemiah sent a message back saying, "I am doing a great work. I can't come down. I don't want the work to stop while I leave to meet you."
Nehemiah's enemies messaged him 4 more times asking him to meet with them, and each time Nehemiah sent the same answer. "I am doing a great work. I can't come down. I don't want the work to stop while I leave to meet you."
After getting nowhere, Nehemiah's enemies sent another message, this time saying that a rumour was going around that the Jewish people wanted to turn away from the king. Again, Nehemiah's enemies asked for him to come and meet with them.
Nehemiah saw straight through this message and immediately knew that his enemies were trying to scare him and the people so they would be too weak to finish the work and not finish the walls.
Nehemiah's enemies did everything they could to distract Nehemiah from the work God had asked him to do. But Nehemiah stood firm and trusted in God. And eventually the walls of Jerusalem were completed. All the enemies were astounded at the work that had been done, and they knew that it had been done with the help of God.
Have you ever had moments in your life where you felt like everything was going wrong? Everywhere you turn, there's more struggle, nothing seems easy or straightforward, and it feels like everything is up against you. Well, I guess that's exactly how Nehemiah felt. He had worked so hard to rebuild the city walls, and every step of the way there seemed to be enemies trying to get in the way of the good work that he was doing. But when he felt weak and overwhelmed, he remembered that God is big, God is strong, and that gave him the strength to keep going. In the face of all opposition and challenges, Nehemiah chose to lean on God.
In life, things aren't always easy. In fact, sometimes they are really difficult. But the incredible thing about God is that He never leaves us, and He is there with us every step of the way. Nehemiah had the terrible news that the city of Jerusalem was destroyed. He left his comfortable life working for the king and immediately went to work on rebuilding the city. Some of the people doubted him, and many enemies came up against him. Some people even attempted to kill him. But whatever he came up against, he always turned to God in prayer. He looked to God for guidance, and God remained faithful right to the very end. Nehemiah's story was filled with loads of ups and downs, but he held on to his faith through all of it. There's another character in the Bible whose journey was very similar to Nehemiah's. Paul's life was filled with many amazing highs, from his encounter on the road to Damascus to opportunities to preach and encourage the local church. But it also had many lows. Many tried to kill him. He was thrown in prison and shipwrecked and lost friends because of their faith in God. But he remained faithful through it all. And at the end of his life, he was able to say these words: "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith."
When we face difficult times in life, we have two choices. We can either turn away from God or turn to him. Nehemiah was someone who invested deeply in his relationship with God on every step of his journey. His faith gave him the strength to get through the hardest of times. Nehemiah can be seen as an incredible example to us today. We too will find ourselves facing tough times, and we can lean on God in the same way that Nehemiah did. Psalm 46 verse 1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble." Let's use the story of Nehemiah as a personal challenge for us, to remember to turn to God when times are tough and lean on him for strength and comfort in times of trouble. This week we're going to create something together as a reminder of today's session and this series, something to remind us of who God is based on the psalm we mentioned earlier. For this activity you will need some lolly sticks, some felt tips, sellotape and some coloured ribbon. Start off by writing today's Bible verses on the lolly sticks and decorate them. Then, using sellotape, tape the sticks together in a line like this. When you've finished, you should be able to fold the sticks over like this. Then, you can use your ribbon to secure the sticks together. Use this craft as a reminder that God is our strength in times of trouble.
Before we finish our time together, let's pray. God, I thank you that whatever we're going through, that you are there with us every step of the way. Thank you that you are our strength and our comfort in times of trouble. And this week I pray that whatever we face, whether it's good or bad, that we will keep our faith in you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you've enjoyed this series. Have a great week and look forward to seeing you next week for some Christmassy fun.
Whoa. Bye.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.